Good morning. Good morning. I pray that all is well with you guys. So, I am Serafina Monique and I am back with another word. Okay. So, if you guys haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel as well as hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on anything. Okay. And if this word blesses or encourages you in any type of way, feel free to share it with someone else so that they can be blessed and encouraged as well. Okay. So, today, you guys, I want to use for a topic. God didn't bring you out here to let you starve. Okay. And we're going to go to Exodus. Okay. So, Exodus 16 is where we are, and this is where God, the Israelites, is complaining for lack of food. Okay, God and it's bringing them out of Egypt, and they're complaining because they didn't. They're hungry. Okay, so lack of food and water. Okay. So Exodus 16, I'm going to read verses 2 and 3 here, and then we're going to go to Exodus 17. I'm going to read verse 3 there. Okay. So um 16, 2 and 3 says, and all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said to them, Would God Would to God we have died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat over the flesh pots and ate bread to the full. Why have you brought us into the desert that you might destroy all the multitude of famine with famine? Okay. And let's go to 17 and 2, and it says, 17 and 3, it says, so the people were thirsty for their want of water, and murmured against Moses, saying, why didst thou make us go forth out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our beast with thirst? Okay, so God has brought them out of Egypt, and they hadn't made it to the promised land just yet. So they're in the wilderness. So while they're in the wilderness, they're hungry, they're thirsty, and they get to the point to where they're just like, why am I here? It's like, Lord, why did you bring me out here? Like, I was fine in Egypt. Like, yeah, I may have been in bondage, but I was full in bondage. I had my thirst quenched in bondage. So you could have just left me over there comfortable, and I could have died with a full belly and my thirst quenched. Okay. But it's like, you done brought me out here, and now I'm hungry. I don't know how I'm going to eat. Okay. We're thirsty. We don't know what we're going to drink. Okay. And it seems like you just brought us out here for us to starve to death, for us and our children and our beasts to thirst to death. Okay. That's what it looks like. You just brought us out here to die. And it's like, you could have just left me back there where I was comfortable. Okay. Yes, this was wrong. That was wrong. Whatever, whatever. But I was comfortable back there. I was full. I knew what I was going to eat. I knew where my next drink was coming from. And so this is how the children of Israel were. Okay. It's like, you done brought me out here to watch me, for us to starve to death, for us to thirst to death. And it's like, you could have just left me over there. Okay. But I just want to encourage you guys today and let you guys know that God didn't bring you out here to watch you die. He didn't bring you out here to leave you. He didn't bring you out here so that you could thirst to death, so that you could die of starvation. He didn't bring you out here to do that. So if God has brought you to something, he's going to provide for you to get through it. Okay. So even if you can't see it, even if you don't see it, let your faith kick in. That's where your faith kicks in. Okay. So instead of us murmuring and complaining, okay, and telling God what he could have did, what he should have did, where he could have left us, instead of us doing that, we have to change our words. Okay. We have to change our words. So instead of us saying, why you brought us out here in the desert that you might destroy all of us with famine, or you brought us out here so that you could kill us and our children and our beasts and our thirst. Change your words. Okay. Change your words. And it's like, I know you didn't bring me out here to leave me. I know you have a plan and a purpose for my life. I know whatever you brought me to, you're going to get me through. I know whatever I need in these moments, I know you're going to provide that for me. Okay. So we have to let our faith be stronger than our fears, because that's it. We got to speak out of faith and not out of fear. Okay. So choose your words wisely. Change your words. Okay. So we're not going to speak from a place of fear, because when you speak from a place of fear, you're looking at it logically, but we don't serve a logical God. Okay. So yes, on paper, it may have seemed better, look better for you to have stayed over there so you wouldn't starve. So you knew where your next meal was coming from, and you knew how this was going to get taken care of. You knew how that was going to get taken care of. But God goes beyond the paper, honey. God goes beyond the paper. Like, just because it looks right on paper doesn't mean anything. Okay. Because we serve a God that can do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can think, ask, or imagine. Okay. So in those moments to where you're out here trusting God, do exactly that. Trust God. When you've stepped out on faith, when you've decided to follow God, and it seemed like you've hit, in your eyes, logically, you looking at things realistically, you're looking at things, and yes, it's this and this, but we need to learn to look at things through our spiritual eyes, honey. Look at things through heaven eyes. Okay. Look at your life through heaven's eyes. Okay. So yes, realistically, I don't know how this is going to happen. Realistically, I don't know how that's going to happen. Realistically, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I don't know how I'm going to get through that. Okay. So stop feeding our fears. So spiritually, realistically, I know this, but spiritually, I'm believing for this. Spiritually, I have faith that. Spiritually, I trust that. I know that my God is going to do this. I know that my God is going to get me through this. I know that my God is going to provide. I know that my God didn't bring me out here to leave me. I know that my God did not bring me out here to die in the wilderness. Okay. So whatever God brings you to, whatever God, whenever you begin walking, talking, and living the way that's pleasing to God, and trying to do what it is that God has called you to do, God is going to provide you with what you need to get it done. Okay? He's going to provide you with what you need to get it done. So that's it. We just have to learn to change our words. So whenever things get hard, whenever realistic, whenever reality whenever reality whenever realistically you can't see how things are going to happen, whenever reality is causing you to fear certain things, we have to stop operating from a place of fear. We have to stop speaking from a place of fear, and we have to learn to speak from a place of faith. Okay, so that's it. Change your words. Change your words. Instead of saying, Lord, what, I don't know why you brought me out here. You could have left me over there. You could have left me over there. Instead of saying that, Lord, I know you brought me out here for a reason. I know what you're taking me to is greater than what you delivered me from. It's better than what you're delivering me from. So although I may not see it right now, although it don't look right on paper, although the reality of it, things doesn't look good, I'm gonna have to stop looking at things. I'm gonna have to start looking at things through heaven's eyes. I'm gonna have to start looking at things. Okay, so we just have to learn to trust God when things don't look right on paper, okay? When the reality of things frighten us, we have to begin looking at things through heaven's eyes, begin looking at things through the eyes of Christ, okay? So, with our spiritual eyes, okay? So, and when we look at these scriptures, y'all, even though they were murmuring and complaining about not having food, not having something to eat, or not having something to drink, God still provided for them. God still provided for them. So, when they were complaining about not having anything to eat, God provided them with manna from heaven. Okay. It says the Lord provides flesh and manna. So God provided manna from heaven for them to eat so that they wouldn't be hungry. Okay. So whenever they were thirsty, God provided water from a rock. From a rock. So this goes to show us that his plans is not our plans and his thoughts were not our thoughts, are not our thoughts. Okay, because I'm hungry. Who think I'm gonna get bread from heaven? Who think I'm gonna get manna from heaven? Like what part of your brain would you have to use to even come up with the possibility of manna falling from heaven? Okay, so what part of my brain would I have to use to come up with the um possibility that God was going to provide water from a rock? Okay. So in those moments when you don't know how it's going to happen, don't wreck your brain, honey. Don't wreck your brain trying to figure it out. Don't wreck your brain trying to figure out how God is going to do it, because he's going to come through in the most unexpected way so that you can know it wasn't nobody but God. It wasn't nobody but God, because I couldn't even think to come through in that way. But I couldn't think to come through in that way, much less to come through in that way. So these are things that only God can do, sweetheart. Okay, these are things that only God can do. So again, in those moments, um, whenever you're in fear of the unknown, whenever you fear the unknown, learn to trust God. That's it. Trust God. Have faith. Change your change your words. Change your words. So instead of complaining and wondering why God brought us out here did He bring us? You brought us out here to leave us to watch us die, to watch us starve. And it's like, no, God didn't bring you out here to watch you starve. So change your words. Lord, I know you brought me out here for a reason. I know you didn't bring me out here to leave me. I know you didn't bring me out here to die in this wilderness. So I'm going to trust you to provide for me whatever I need in those moments. Okay. So that's it for today, you guys. Just change your words. Change your words and trust your Father. Let your faith be greater than your fears, and stop looking at things realistically. We have to trust God. Okay. Trust God, for his plans are not our plans and his thoughts are not our thoughts. Okay. So that's it for today, you guys. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you guys don't miss out on anything. If this word has blessed or encouraged you in any type of way, feel free to share it with someone else so that they can be blessed and encouraged as well. So that's it, you guys. Enjoy the rest of this day. Be blessed and be a blessing.